And as Elaine just mentioned, gas prices are down slightly this holiday weekend. According to the AAA, the national average for a gallon of regular is $3.67, and that is 4 cents cheaper than last week. A month ago, the price was $3.84. A year ago, it was $3.81.
Joining us now is Tom Kloza of the Oil Price Information Service. If you want to know where gas prices are heading, this is the man to talk to. Tom, good morning.
Good morning.
So gas prices have been falling pretty consistently, about a half a cent a day for the past month. What's behind that?
Crude oil prices really went too high. They went to about $130 internationally, and now they've come off to about $100, $105. So that was part of it. The other part, I mean, basically gas prices were too high. We get sloppy drunk every year, the trading community, and this was no exception.
And a lot of that was in response to the fact there was fears out of Iran that perhaps there would be a war, and also the issues with China consuming more of it. And then Europe falling into recession has certainly cut into demand here. Yeah,
Iran has disappeared from the radar screen for now. I suspect it'll come back in July or August along with hurricane season. But yeah, we're using a little bit less than we've used in prior years as well. And part of that melees for oil in general is because of the economic weakness in Europe, particularly in emerging economies.
What about the refinery issues, both on the East Coast and West? There was some concern about that.
Well, there were going to be some refineries that were going to close on the East Coast, and they have not done that, and they've had stays of execution. On the West Coast, we can't seem to get everything working well, so the West Coast has much higher prices. Yeah. But I think that it'll be very comfortable. There's money to be made in refining crude right now, and that usually motivates refineries pretty well.
And it certainly becomes, at least at this point, a tale of two coasts. And there are probably people in California watching this right now saying, wait a minute, prices aren't coming down here. I do want to ask you, Tom, about the government's estimate for this summer. They think it's going to be $3.79 on average for Americans to pay for a gallon of gas. That's up 8 cents from last year. Are you on board with that?
I'm on board with it, but an estimate always talks about an average. And averages are very, very misleading. We're going to see $3, $3.10 in places like the Southeast. We're going to see $4.25, $4.50 in the Northwest. So it's a little bit like having a couple of governors and one of them being Chris Christie and saying the average weight of the governor is this. The Northwest is going to be very high for a while, but the whole country should calm down. And it'll be about the price we paid last year, but considerably more than 2010.
Is it going to be higher or lower come election time?
Lower. Prices always move lower from Labor Day to Election Day. It has nothing to do with politics, everything to do with you can bake more cheap ingredients into the gasoline cake, and that'll happen.
Tom Kloza, thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.